a light weight today. So I've just got a couple of kilos, that's enough. If you haven't got a weight, then you can use like a water bottle instead. It doesn't need to be heavy. We're going to start with mobility. So start lying on your back. If you're going off to grab a weight, that's fine. Just come back and start when you're ready. So lie on your back, arms outstretched, shoulder height, feet and knees tight together, and then just roll your knees from side to side like that. So as you're doing it, just slowly work on trying to get your knees all the way over to the floor. Tins of beans are perfect. Hi, Nick. Okay, so just keep going, keep rolling from side to side. Is everyone okay? Can you hear me okay, Nick? Oh, hang on a sec. Can you hear me all right, Lynn? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. You're all right. I've got some confused faces. Lee, can you hear me okay? Yeah, all right, cool. Okay, stay lying on your back. Bring your head up into your hands. One leg straight, one leg bent, and just kick straight leg up. So work slowly on increasing your range of movement. Let me just see. Rowan, if you've got an issue, just send me a message. I'm on WhatsApp. Good, and then change sides. Pardon me. Good. Couple more kicks. And then roll onto your side. You can put something under your head if you want to. Open up the top arm. Look at your hand if you can. We'll do about 10 of these. So if you find it uncomfortable to keep your head lifted off the ground when you do these exercises, you can put a cushion or a folded up towel or jumper or even a foam roller under your head. And then change sides. Done. Again, about 10 of these. One more. And then over onto your front. Hands underneath your shoulders. Bring one set of fingers up to your temple. And then tuck under and reach up. If you want to increase your range of movement, you can bend your arm a little bit as you tuck underneath. Actually, going to have to get the heater off. I'm almost warm. And change sides. Hi, Jane. 2 more. And then we'll go into a bigger thoracic rotation. So put your foot forward, hand down to the floor, big reach round, and then feed your arms through. I don't know if you can see, but I've got snow on my floor from my trainers, which is not melting that quickly, which just shows how cold my floor is today. 1 more, and then change sides. It's ridiculously pretty out there today, I have to say. And then do 1 more. And slowly come up to stand. Finally taking off a layer. All right. Find somewhere to secure to hold on to, and you're going to do some forward and back leg swings. Don't let your torso move, so keep your torso still. All the movements coming through your hip. There's snow on my doormat. Good. And then change legs. Lynn, have you got all the animals in your house today? See wagging tails and the cat. Is it warm in there? Good. And then next one, hands on your hips, engage your core. You're going to try and stop yourself from wobbling as much as possible, and alternate hip openers. Nice and slow. Work on getting your knee as high as you can and around as far as you can, but at the same time trying to keep your hips pointing forward. It really helps if you look at a spot about 2 meters ahead of you on the floor. That will help you balance. It's really hard to do this while you're looking at yourself doing it in the camera. There's enough of a lag in the time to make it really difficult. Keep going. One more on each leg. And then you're moving down to the floor. Okay, so the focus of today is we're going to do a lot of exercises called anti-rotation exercises. So basically means you're trying to brace one bit of your body and moving another part of it. And it's a really good way of increasing core stability, particularly if you do a lot of running or cycling or swimming, those particular sort of sports. They'll help stabilize your core while you're moving in a rotational plane like that. So we're going to start with alternate arm and leg extensions. So hopefully fairly easy. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips, and slowly extend alternate arm and leg. So when you start doing this, if you find that your hips are really moving from side to side, just start with an arm extension only. If you feel you can do it without moving too much, there will be movement, but you want to be able to resist the movement. You can do the full one. So keep looking down at the floor. When you extend your arm, thumb up to the ceiling, which will help to protect your shoulder joint. It's a nicer way of moving. And don't let your heel come too high. So your heel will be about bum height when you finish. And just think about keeping your tummy pulled up towards your spine all the time. That will help to brace you. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. And you're going to roll straight onto your side for a side plank. So there's 2 options for this. However you're going to do it, make sure that your elbow is directly underneath your shoulder. So you can either push up like that. So I'm resting on both my legs, knees bent, pushing my hips up as high as I can, and you're doing an extension like that. So that's the easier way of doing it. Or you can extend one leg and do it that way. So you're bracing your body and your arm moving is throwing you off balance a tiny bit, which makes you work harder to brace yourself. That's it. Keep going. Last few seconds. And then change sides. So if you took the easier option, make sure you do it again for the second side. And off you go. Well done. So look along the length of the body while you're doing this as well. Your top hip should be pretty much on top of your lower hip. You don't want to be rocking back or forward. You want to keep nice and stable. Last few seconds. Good, and then rest. Then back onto all fours. So you're going to do an alternate arm and leg extension again, but this time, single side. So I'll show you from the front actually. I'm not going to kick the wall and move forward a bit more. So arm and leg on the same side. Oops, no, like that. So I'm not swapping. So I'm using my right arm and my left leg, but I'm not changing sides. So I'm not, this will be a bit harder. I'm not getting the rest when I change sides. Off you go. Good, well done. So again, keep looking down at the floor. Keep your core braced. And then change sides. I'm only letting my hands and my knees just tap the floor lightly for a second before I extend again. Keep going. And done. Good. Up you get. So you're going to do some squats. I don't care about how low you get into your squat. It's early and your mobility might not let you squat down too low. What I do want you to do is to squat with your chest nice and high. So you're going to fold one arm over your shoulder and extend the other arm out at shoulder height. Feet shoulder width apart, heels dug down to the floor, squat down, just get as low as you can comfortably. It could be there, it could be there, it doesn't matter how low you get. But what I don't want you to do is to bend in half. So your hand needs to stay at shoulder height the whole time and just squat as low as you can comfortably. So the idea of squatting with your arm out in front of you like this is going to throw you off balance. So it will actually want to make you tip forward. So you'll have to work harder to resist that. Good, and then change sides. So other arm, off you go. Good. So if it's aggravating your knees, you can try squatting with your knees close together, or you could even do a sit to stand where you sit on something and stand up again. One more. Good. Down onto your side again. So modified side plank. Again, you've got two options. You can either do this on both legs or with the top leg extended. So push yourself up, arm in the air, and you're going to wrap your arm around your body and then reach your arm high. So choose which one you can do. If you can do this with the leg extended, do it that way. And when you wrap your arm around your body, keep your hand close to your chest and keep looking at your hand as much as you can. This will feel harder than the reach. One more. And then roll over other side. Off you go. Well done. Keep the movement slow. 5 seconds. Good, and then done. Stand up. So using your weight, whatever you've got, tin of beans, water bottle, light dumbbell, it needs to be light. So now I'm going to squat again, holding your weight in one hand. This time, out to the side. So you can cross your arm over if you want to. You can squat down, try and keep that weight out at shoulder height. If your arm fatigues quickly and you can't keep it out, just bring the weight in like that, but keep it extended a little bit. So you should feel a different part of your core working. Hopefully you can feel it a little bit in your waist, trying to stabilise yourself. Well done. Change sides. And again, I don't care how low you squat, I just want you to keep your chest up. Well done. 5 seconds. And done. Good. Have a little rest. Lynn, are your knees okay doing those squats? So one option, if it hurts, doing another round of these, if it hurts, just use a sofa or a chair and do a sit to stand with the weight instead. So feet a bit closer together, sit down and stand up, and that will help your knees a little bit. It'll keep the weight back a bit more. Right, we're going to go back to alternate arm and leg extensions again. So down onto the floor. Same as for the first round. So alternate, like that. Get ready. 2, 1, off you go. Hopefully, on this second set of the full arm and leg extension, you should feel a bit of improvement from the first set. You should feel that you're a little bit more stable through your pelvis. Keep the movement slow. Keep going. Well done. 10 seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and then onto your side. So if you were doing the side plank with both of your legs bent, I want you to try and move on to it with one leg straight and lower leg bent this time. All right, so hips pushed up, core braced, arm up above your head. No, sorry, there. And reach that way. Okay. Well done. If this feels uncomfortable for the arm that you're resting on, make sure that your elbow is directly underneath your shoulder. Over the 30 seconds, you might feel your hips start to drop, so just keep it pushed up. Good, change sides. And push up, brace your core, off you go. Again, be aware of what your top hip is doing. Make sure it doesn't drop, make sure it doesn't lean forward or back. Well done, good. Three, 2, 1. Back onto your front. Alternate arm and leg extensions. So this time I want you to do an alternate arm and leg tuck. I'll just show you what you're going to do first of all. So starting on all fours again, extend, Then you tuck your arm and leg in, then you extend again, and then you change sides. So you extend, tuck, extend, and change. This should feel the hardest of all three of these types of doing it because you've got your arm and leg off the floor for longer. So extend, tuck, extend, and then change. Keep working to keep your tummy pulled up towards your spine all the time. Keep bracing. Keep going. 5 seconds. And up you get. Squats. So first set, you just had your arm across your shoulder and one hand extended. For the second set, I'd like to hold a weight. So you have a weight in your hand, arm across your shoulder. No, it's the third set of squats we've done. So if you can try and get a little bit lower this time, go for it. Lynn, if you need to do sit to stand for your knees, that's fine. Right, off we go. So keep looking straight ahead. Get that weight up, good. Don't let yourself tip forward. So again, this is not about the depth of the squat, it's about the height of your chest. Perfect, well done. Change arms. Up you go. Hopefully, you can feel it working a little bit in the front of your tummy. Well done. As you stand up out of your squat, push your heels down. Try and keep the backs of your legs working. One more. Good. Side plank again. So this time, you can use a weight if you want to, only if you feel comfortable though. So be really careful about your shoulder, elbow under shoulder, push up, weight in your hand if you're using it. You're going to wrap that weight around your body and then press it above your shoulder. Good, have a go. So again, if you're not comfortable with that leg extended, you can keep them both bent. Well done. 5 seconds. Roll over, other side. Off you go. Good. So you're doing this, try and look at the weight, at least while it's wrapping around and underneath your body. Well done. 5 seconds. And done. Up you get. Squats again. So this time, same as before, arm out to the side. If you ended up bringing your arm in quite quickly, try and hold it to the side for a little bit longer. All right, so feet shoulder width apart, turned out slightly, core braced, off you go. Well done. Good. Gets hard quite quickly, this one. 5 seconds. And change arms. As ever, I've used my stronger arm first as well. Off you go. Every time. So keep looking straight ahead. Well done. 3, 2, 1. Done. Put the weight down, grab a drink, And I'll tell you what your next set is. Should I speak to the teenager and see what he wants? What's the guess? Food? Hi, Joe, in your class. That's all right. Bye. Okay, cool. All right, bye. It wasn't about food. It's a miracle. Okay. So I'm just going to reset my stopwatch. There we go. Okay, so next set. So similar, we're going to do some progressive exercises, starting with a dead bug. So you want to have your weight, and you're going to hold that in one hand, lie on your back. So you've got one hand, you're going to spin around a little bit. That's better. There we go. Weight in one hand, other hand has no weight above your shoulders, and you're going to extend one leg. So 30 seconds, and then you change weight and change leg, 30 seconds. So start off with the weight in your right hand, and you're going to extend your right leg. Now, if you can't keep your back pressed into the floor for the full amount of time, then I just want you to turn this into a static dead bug. So you're just going to hold with the weight in one hand. Only keep extending your leg if you can stop your back from arching off the floor as you extend it. Right, let's go. So we're going to do 30 seconds on each leg. So every time I bring my leg back, I kind of really push my back down to the floor again, just to make sure it's always there. 2, 1, and then change. So change arm, change leg. Good. Well done, keep going. Five seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Over onto your front. So this next exercise is very challenging, and I will give you modifications for it if you can't do it. But what I'd rather you did was to attempt it and then rest early, rather than trying to keep going for the full 30 seconds. So you're going to go into a bear crawl. This is completely safe for backs. It's just hard. So hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to get into that position and just bring your knees off the floor. So my knees are hardly off the floor, like that. And you're going to bring alternate knee into your chest. So this is a really hard exercise. If you only manage to do a couple of reps before you have to rest, that's fine. I want you to work on trying to increase it over time. So it's 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Make sure you keep your weight directly over your hands and try and keep your knees close to the floor. So what you'll find pretty quickly is that your tummy and your thighs fatigue. And if you can't carry on, just rest. So work on keeping your tummy pulled up to your spine. Well done. 3, 2, 1. Good. Well done. Up yet. I'm going to give your tummy a rest now for this next one. Weight in one hand. Stand with your feet hip width apart. I'm going to demonstrate this from a couple of angles so you can see. So weights in one hand. Put your arm across your shoulders, and you're going to hinge forward like that. I'll show you from the side. Stand up tall. Hinge forward. So you can see my back is pretty much flat to the ground. Slight bend in my knees, bum stuck out. So just standing there doing nothing, I can feel my bum and my hamstrings working to stabilize me. And I'm going to bring my arm out to the side. Just to shoulder height. Keeping looking at the floor. And a slight bend in my elbow as I bring that weight up. So this is called a bent over fly, and it's a really good upper back strengthening exercise. Doing it with one arm only makes your core work as well. Make sure that you're bent over so you could rest something across your back. If you come up too high, you can end up hurting your low back. So you need to be all the way over and then change sides. So before you change sides and start again, stand up, put the weight in the other hand, arm across your shoulder, reset. So bum tucked under, hinge forward, and off you go. Imagine you've got a plate of soup resting across your back and none of it can spill. Look at you. Nice, well done. Good. Keep going. 2, 1, and rest. Good. Onto your back again. Dead bugs. So this time, make it a bit more challenging. Only do this if you can keep your back to the floor. So the weight's in one hand, but you're going to move alternate legs. So this will make it a little bit harder. If you can't maintain your core integrity, then just do a static movement again. Off we go. So these do 30 seconds with the weight in each hand. Well done. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Change the weight over. Be careful when you do that. I don't want anyone dropping any weights in the faces. Well done. Keep going. Make sure your back isn't arching off the floor. Keep it pushed down. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. So over onto your front again. I'm going to do a static bear crawl again. This time with a hand tap. So you might find this harder, you might find it easier, depending on where your strength is. If your upper back is quite strong, you might find this easier than the knee. It's very dependent on your own strength. But it's that bear crawl position again. And this time, you're doing a hand tap. And your legs are staying still. Again, have a go. Even if you only manage a few seconds and then rest, that's fine. Off you go. So your knees will rock from side to side as you tap. The aim of this is to try and stop that movement as much as possible. If you're finding it hard, that's okay. It's an extremely challenging exercise. Keep going. Well done. Good. 3, 2, 1. Good. And then bent over flies again. I'm not changing this one. Just watching you all in the last round of this. You had quite rounded backs. So by that I mean you were kind of like that. I want your back not to look like that. I want it to look like that. So the best way of correcting, so stand up tall, cross your arm across your shoulder, tuck your bum under, hinge forward, and then make sure that you keep your shoulders pulled up. So we call it having active shoulders. If you let your arms drop, your back will round. You want to pull your shoulders up so your back stays nice and flat, and then lift the weight up. And you might even feel that you can feel your upper back working a bit better if you hold that position. That's better. Yeah, that looks better. Well done. Active shoulders all the time. So remember that bowl of soup balancing across your back, shoulders pulled up. And then stand up, change hands, cross your arm over, bum tucked under, hinge forward, off you go. Let's have a look at you. Lee, bend your knees a bit more and push your bum back. That's better. That's better. Well done. 3, 2, 1, and go. Stop, that's it. If you could feel that in your lower back, just let me know at the end of the session, just message me. And then we're going to finish off with, what time is it? Oh no, we've got time for a few more, excellent. Dead bugs, onto your back again. So we're going to repeat, weight in one hand, moving one leg. 30 seconds on each side. So bring your waist up, push your back down. 30 seconds on each side. 3, 2, 1, off you go. So it's just moving one leg. Good. Hopefully you can't hear my tummy rumbling. And change. So change arm, change leg. Off you go. Lovely, well done. Good steady movements, good. If you're finding it hard to keep your back pushed down, now really work hard to push it down. 3, 2, 1, put the weight down, over onto your front. So static bear crawls again. We're going to go back to the knee. If you found that the hand tap was a lot easier and you could do it for longer, do that one instead of the knee raise. All right, get ready. Into position. 2, 1, go. So work on keeping your knees close to the floor. That will stop your back from arching and stop your bum from coming up too high into the air. You need to keep your knees low. So mine are only about an inch, inch and a half off the floor. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Well done. And then dead bugs again, onto your back. So weight in one hand, you're going to move both legs this time. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Now what we've done today is potentially very challenging for your lower back. Your tummy's not that strong and your back will start to take over. So if you're finding it difficult to control your lower back, or if it's starting to feel it more there than anywhere else, just hold a static dead bug now. Don't move your legs. You should feel this exercise more in your stomach than in your lower back. And then change arms, but keep moving your legs. Well done. That's good. Last few seconds. 2, 1. Put the weight down to the ground, just hug your knees into your chest for a few seconds. And then roll over onto your front. Last set of bear crawls. So this time, again, you can do the hand tap or you can do the knee raise. Choose the one that you can do for longer. So you can either do bear crawl with a hand tap again, or you can do it with the knee raise. Choose the one you find easier. I'll wait to go to this one for longer. All right, get ready. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. My legs are a lot stronger than my upper body at the moment. So I'm finding this knee raise much easier. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. And then straight from there, I want you to go into child pose. So feet together, knees apart slightly, down, and push down. So I've got my bum on my heels, arms forward. Use your fingers to pull your hands forward a bit, increase the stretch across your back. Well done. Nice deep breaths. We'll stay here for a few more seconds. And then bring your hands under your shoulders. Really arch up your back, let your head drop down. You should feel a stretch across kind of your mid-back, around the bra strap. Sorry, Nick, you can't. It's not a reference for you, sorry. Okay, and then from there, I want you to come onto your knees. Put one leg forward. Tuck your hips under, push forward. That's it. Keep your chest nice and high to begin with. Now I want you to put your hands behind your head and squeeze your shoulder blades together. So I can feel a bit of a kind of tug around here again. Good, and then release, change sides. Tuck your hips under, push forward. That hip's tight. And then bring your head, hands behind your head again. Good, well done. Fab. Glute stretch. Sit down. One leg over. And then hug that knee across your chest. So while you're doing this, I want you to think about the leg that's straight. Try and really push that leg into the ground and actually push your foot away from your body. So you're trying to push that leg out. Imagine you're pressing against something. And as you're doing that, bring the knee around your body a bit more. So pushing with that straight leg and pulling in the other leg. You should hopefully feel it increasing the stretch a little bit around your bum. And then twist around. And then change sides. Pull that leg around. Nice high chest. And again, just the straight leg, push that leg away. Imagine you're pushing against something. And then twist around. And come up to stand slowly. Find something to hang on to. Standing quad stretch. Pull your heel into your bum, chest up nice and high. Really pull that leg up behind you. So you're using the strength in your arm to increase the stretch. So that knee's coming back a little bit more. Well done. Good, yeah, that's good. Fab, and then release, change sides. Again, using the strength in your arm to pull the leg up behind you. That's good. Well done. And then slowly release. Stand with your feet hip width apart, tucking your bum under. Deep breath, exhale, and then roll down. Just let your head drop. Take a few deep breaths. Hopefully you should feel your hands just get a little bit lower down towards the floor each time you exhale. And then really slowly roll up. You can bend your knees if you want to as well. Just keeping your arms close to your legs. And then stretch out nice and tall. Good. And done. Well done. Next Monday, I'm going to do a little bit more work on hip hinging, just to help you learn how to stand like that without sort of doing that and arching and curling. It's a really important movement to learn. it means you can do things like deadlifts and bent over rows without risk of hurting your lower back. So we're going to work on that a bit next week. Well done. Did you all like the bear crawls? No. They're really horrible. They do work though.
Thank you very much. See you
Well
later.
done. Have a good day homeschooling.
In the snow soon.
See you later. Bye, Nick. Well done.